Greetings. Now, I'm going to tie a bead head this time. I think it's a very cool looking fly. I call it a Bluegill Crusher. Got to call it something. But it uses a weave body, black and rose colored, coated with UV. It's a size 12. I used some old worm hooks I had, just because I had them, and I crimped the barbs down on them. It uses a little bit of black CDC for kind of a thorax area, and hen feather for hackle, and a brass bead head. I think it's a great looking fly. It's kind of meaty looking. I think the big bluegill will want to go after it. It'll fill them up. So anyway, here we go. We're going to tie the Bluegill Crusher. Hope you enjoy the video. Okay, I'm going to tie this. I call it a Bluegill Crusher. It is a cool looking nymph. Now, I'm starting off with a real heavy, it's actually a worm hook. I didn't want to spend money on my high dollar trout hooks. I crushed down these two barbs on the shank, and I crushed down the barb on the hook. It'll work fine. It's heavy, so it'll help the fly sink. I want this body to be a little curved at the back. So I'm going to come down almost halfway down the hook bend. And build up a slight taper. Something like that. Okay. Now, I'm going to use a woven body. Just got some of this embroidery thread. It's got like 4 or 5 strands in it, but I want this body to be fairly fat, so I'm going to use the full amount. Now, the top color I'm going to put on the far side. And I'll tie that right onto the side. Okay. And the bottom color I put on the side towards me. Okay. Something like that. Now at this point, so I have room to make the woven body, I'm going to whip finish. Okay. And I bring the top over. Ooh. Bottom under. Top over. Bottom under. Just keep doing that all the way up. Just take your time on this. Don't get in a rush. It's really not that hard once you practice it a little bit. Oh. Okay. Just restart my thread. Pull them up. Make sure they're good and tight. Trim them off. Make sure they're tied down real well. Okay. Yeah. Make sure that body's in the position that I want. Okay, now just to hold things in place for a minute, put another couple half hitches in there. Okay, next I'm going to put some UV on that body. Start off with some mid-weight. Takes quite a bit. Make sure those sides get covered. Okay, that'll start it. Okay. Then we'll come back with more heavier weight. Looks pretty good. Okay. And finally, just put a layer of thin UV on there. Make sure it stays glossy. Okay. Alrighty. This up a little. Okay, now I'm going to make a dubbing loop. And you got some black CDC in my clamp. Put that in. Spin her up. Okay. Now just bring that forward. Trim her off. Okay. Just a couple of half inches. And trim this CDC back a little. Okay. Okay, next we're going to take a hen feather. Pull off some of the junk. Pull them back like that. Tie that on. Bring the thread forward. Okay. As we wrap that forward, we pull those hackles back. Okay. Now, last step. Is going to take a little bit of brownish dubbing. Don't need much. And we whip finish. There we have it. Bluegill Crusher. I think that's going to work like a charm. Thanks for watching.